Attention passionate Philadelphia, EAGLES. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Philadelphia Eagles' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Philadelphia Eagles fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Philadelphia, EAGLES. Let's get to the news now, folks. Imagine this. The Eagles, sitting at 3-2, with their offense firing on all cylinders, led by Jalen Hurts, who's been spectacular this season, showing why many consider him a top-tier quarterback. But as we all know, in the NFL, defense wins championships, and right now, Philadelphia's defensive line is feeling the pressure. They've been struggling to generate the sacks and disruptive plays needed to complement that high-powered offense. The defense has conceded 24 points per game, and that's not enough when you're chasing a deep playoff run. That's where the rumors are swirling, and believe me, these aren't just idle talk. Sources close to the league have been whispering behind closed doors about a potential blockbuster move that could reshape the entire NFC East landscape. And this move involves none other than Myles Garrett, one of the most feared pass rushers in the league today. Yes, you heard right. The Cleveland Browns, currently sitting at a disappointing 1-4 with a rebuild in full swing, are considering trading Myles Garrett. Now, why would Cleveland do such a thing? Well, there are a few reasons. First, their cap situation is tight. They have around $45 million in cap space, but they also need to manage extensions for some of their young stars, including Nick. The team is in a rebuild mode, and with that 1-4 record, they're looking to reset and gather draft picks for the future. The Browns are also trying to balance their cap, and freeing up around $15 million through this trade could be a strategic move for them, especially if they're aiming to focus on a youth movement. So, what exactly are the Browns looking for? Well, they want draft picks, yes, but there's also a possibility they could include a player in the deal, potentially a defensive piece or a young talent, to sweeten the pot. On the other side, the Eagles, currently with a cap space of about $10 million, are looking to add a game-changing pass rusher. They've been exposed at times this season, especially in key moments, and the need for a disruptive force up front has become glaring. This defense, which was so dominant last year, has shown signs of vulnerability, giving up too many points and failing to pressure the quarterback consistently. Adding Garrett could be the boost they need to elevate their defense from good to elite. With an offense that's humming along, especially with Jalen Hurts' dual-threat ability, the Eagles are in a prime position to make a serious playoff push, but to truly contend, they need to tighten up that defense and get more sacks. Speaking of Garrett, let's talk about this guy. What makes him such a game-changer? Myles "Monstro" Garrett is a beast. In his 6 seasons in the league, he's racked up a staggering 101 sacks, which is no small feat. He's a relentless predator on the field, with over 239 tackles solo and 20 forced fumbles, showing his ability to not only sack the quarterback but also create chaos in the backfield and force turnovers. His PFF grade has been consistently high, above 90 in recent years, and in 2024, he's been especially impressive with a 92. 3 overall grade. Right now, he's third among edge rushers in sacks, with 5 so far this season, and he's generating 12 pressures, with a win rate of 23.6%. That's elite stuff. Even with an injury on his foot in Week 4, he still managed to wreak havoc with an average of 1.8 sacks per game against weaker offensive lines, reminiscent of his 2021 season with the Steelers, where he totaled over 150 pressures. Garrett's style is reminiscent of some of the best pass rushers in history. He's powerful, quick, and relentless. His run defense grades are outstanding, an 89.4, the best among edge defenders, making him not just a pass rusher but a complete player. His ability to pressure the quarterback and set the tone on defense could be exactly what the Eagles need to push their defense into the top 5, from their current 15th ranking. Imagine the impact of Garrett lining up across from Fletcher Cox or Brandon Graham. Offensive lines would be forced to double-team him, opening up opportunities for other pass rushers like Sweat and Smith to get after the quarterback. Now, what about the Browns? Well, they're in a tricky spot. Their record of 1-4 reflects the struggles of their defense, which is allowing around 25 points per game. They're desperately in need of an overhaul on the line, especially on the offensive line to support Deshaun Watson, whose EPA per sack drops to -0.22 without Garrett. Cleveland's cap situation complicates things. They have about $45 million in cap space, but the extensions for Chubb and some of their younger players weigh heavily on their future planning. The trade, which could include draft picks and possibly a player, would free up around $20 million in 2026, giving them some breathing room for their rebuild. The Browns are targeting youth and stability, and trading Garrett would be a significant step toward that, even if it means sacrificing some disruption in the trenches in the short term. Back to the Eagles, though, because this potential move could be a game changer. If they manage to acquire Garrett, it's not just about adding a star pass rusher, it's about transforming the entire defense. His presence would increase their pressure rate by around 20%, with projections suggesting he could bring in 15 sacks this season. That would elevate their defense from a decent unit to a top 5 defense, capable of shutting down even the most potent offenses. For Jalen Hurts and the offense, this means more opportunities to capitalize on turnovers and short fields, especially in playoff scenarios. And the analytics back this up. Adding Garrett could boost their odds of winning in the postseason by around 18%, particularly in blitz packages designed to pressure quarterbacks and force mistakes. Looking ahead to the Super Bowl, this move could be the difference between a good season and a legendary one. The Eagles' odds to win the Super Bowl right now are around +650, but with Garrett coming into the fold, those odds could plummet to around +300. That's a huge shift, turning the Eagles into real contenders and making the Browns rebuild even more intense. The trade deadline is set for November 4th, and all signs point to the Eagles making a serious push to secure Garrett before then. If they pull it off, it could be the move that elevates them to NFC dominance, leaving their rivals scrambling to catch up. Now, let's not forget the broader picture. Garrett's addition isn't just about individual stats, it's about what he represents for the Eagles' culture. He's a player who thrives in high-pressure moments, who's shown the ability to dominate against top-tier offensive lines, and whose presence can lift the entire defense. For the Eagles, this isn't just about patching a hole. It's about making a statement that they're serious contenders, that they're willing to do whatever it takes to bring another Super Bowl to Philadelphia. It's about building a defense that can withstand the best offenses in the league, and Garrett's proven track record suggests he's capable of doing exactly that. And for the Browns, well, this trade might be the tough but necessary pill to swallow. They're looking at a future where they prioritize youth and cap flexibility, possibly turning to a rebuild that focuses on draft picks and developing their young talent. Garrett, as talented as he is, commands a hefty cap hit, around $25 million in 2026, and that's a lot for a team in rebuild mode. Moving him now, while his value is high, could be a strategic move to set the stage for a brighter future, even if it leaves a void in their pass rush in the short term. So what does this all mean for the Eagles? It means a real chance to cement their status as NFC contenders, to bolster a defense that has shown flashes of brilliance, but needs that extra spark. It's about taking a calculated risk, trading draft capital, and maybe a player, to secure a proven game-changer in Garrett. It's about making a statement that Philadelphia is ready to go all in for another Super Bowl run, and that they're willing to pay the price to make it happen. The NFL is a league of inches, and sometimes one bold move can redefine a franchise's destiny. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Philadelphia Eagles news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. So in summary, what we're looking at is a potential seismic shift in the NFC East. The Eagles, with their eyes on the prize, could be on the verge of acquiring a player who could be a franchise-altering talent, Myles Garrett. His impact would be enormous, not just in sacks, but in the confidence and swagger of the entire defense. The Browns, meanwhile, are hoping that their rebuild gains momentum, even if it means parting ways with one of their most talented players. It's a high-stakes game, and the clock is ticking. The trade deadline is looming, and the NFL world is watching with bated breath. If this move happens, it could set off a chain reaction that changes the balance of power in the NFC and beyond, making the Eagles the team to beat in the conference. And now, Philadelphia Eagles fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential trade? Do you believe Garrett would be the ultimate piece to push the Eagles over the edge? Or do you think the cost might be too high? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Philadelphia Eagles. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Philadelphia Eagles news. This season is shaping up to be one of the most exciting in recent memory, and moves like this could be the difference between a good year and a historic one. Thanks for being with me today, and as always, stay passionate, stay loud, and fly, Eagles, fly.